Bum 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 bum. I look like I'm gonna rob a bank. What is going on? Bum. View in live control room. Antoine, my guy. Antoine, I appreciate you. You're always one of the first ones to come in. You say hello. Just bring good vibes. That's just what Antoine's all about. Welcome to the stream. What do we got today? Well, back it up. Where are we at? Soft Parade. Antoine, give me your thoughts. Your thoughts, your feelings. Oh, I need to tweet out this link. Hold your thoughts. Actually, no, go. I want to hear your thoughts. Settings. Oh boy, I done goofed this. Maze. Nope. Maze Blue Review. Oh, I messed up the title of this too. Oh boy. Oh boy, we're on one today, fellas. How do we go back? How do we edit the edit title? There we go. Save that. Boom. Get shareable link. Twitter. Boom. Tweet out the link. Oh, that's not what I want though. Delete that. I'm live! Exclamation point. Come with questions. I'll be editing footage of the Michigan game and drinking a beer. That's all I'm doing. Antoine, how is your Sunday going, buddy? Let's get into it. I'm in the second half here. I already cut up most of the first half, so we can walk through some of that. But this is just me prepping for tomorrow. Tomorrow, me and Trevor are going to be going through and doing the show. So today's all about editing this footage. Oh yeah, that was a reverse. They tried to run and then just fumbled the ball. Great coverage here from DJ Turner. We'll highlight that. I like all the close-ups they did of coverage throughout the game. Great turn, eyes, get contact, really good technique. Puts his arm across, boom. Now I like when he turns his head, right? As soon as you get contact with him, boom, I know where he's at. I'm feeling him. Then I can turn my head, run the route for him, make a play on the ball. Good job. Textbook right there. That's what you want to do. Really good stuff. Oh, I was like, how come I can hear myself? And it was in the background. Boom. Do. Not fair. DJ too fast. Man, he's good. He's a future NFLer for sure. Antoine, I can't understand people saying Michigan not getting much of a pass rush, but they are. It's hard to get a pass rush or sacks when the quarterback is getting rid of it. 2 and 3 steps. 2 and 3 step drops. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Michigan's getting guys there. It's just, yeah, when you're getting the ball away that quickly, it's like, what are you gonna do? You know. Can't wait for Saturday. Gus Johnson on the call. Dude, Gus Johnson's just a good time. RG3 is like pretty entertaining, but Gus Johnson, when he has like his excited voice, right, where he's like, he's loading up for it, yeah! Like, that's just fun. Poor Cade McNamara, right? Like, God, feel for the guy. So like on this play, Trent Jones just gets beat. All right, this guy takes off line scrimmages right around the like this hash. This guy gets like 8 yards depth, right? Barely any block. Like, yeah, a little bit of happy feet, not the best technique here for Cade McNamara, but like Trent Jones just gets him killed. And then this play, this was just a good blitz, and he delivers a nice strike there, but man, poor damn Cade McNamara. It's just a bummer. There. Yeah, nothing really to write home about. I think I'm going to focus on like notable plays, right? So like a 2-yard run, I'm not going to focus too much. Antoine Johnson, not to mention UConn's total offensive output, just over 100 yards. It's extremely good. Yeah, I mean, in these type of games, right, after the first 2 games, this is more about what you don't see, right? It's like, to me, I kind of expected that. Like, you hold them to under 200 yards and you're good, right? And Michigan did really well to holding them to that. So that's like it's just a good sign. The M-Turf, Toski the GOAT, no cap. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, buddy. Likes in the chat, fellas. Look at you. Doing my job for me, calling out for engagement. I appreciate that. What a cut here from Blake Corum. This is it's funny because he's doing this like with the intention of selling the linebackers just aren't very good. Let me actually pull up the annotation app that we got here. Oh, where's my mouse? Can't even see my mouse. Jim Moore, yeah, I saw his comments. He was like, the best 2 defenses I've seen is Michigan and Georgia, which is very high praise. And that guy's been around football a while, right? Like, that guy isn't, he wouldn't just blow smoke just to blow smoke. Like, when he goes out of his way to say good things, that's something. So this is one of my favorite attributes of Blake Corum. He's going to get the ball, and he's going to wait. He, like, knows where he's going to go, but then he waits to the last minute before he really accelerates and hits the hole. And that's all to get these linebackers to really commit to the initial hole that Blake Corum is threatening here before he does that bounce. Does such a good job with that, right? That little jump cut right there. And granted, the UConn everybody isn't very good, but that's just special to do. If Cornelius Johnson gets a better block here, this play's probably gone, right? There's no reason for Cornelius Johnson not to get upfield and get the block on this. I assume it's a safety coming down here. Got to get that block right there. Got to get that block. He gets that block, and Blake Corum's probably gone, right? I don't know why he's taking this like weird bubbled approach here and then just kind of waiting. If he just goes straight at him, you get Blake Corum this bounce, and then you could bounce the outside. This safety's out of luck, and you're done. So, have teams been playing a lot too high against Michigan? I feel like we don't throw deep as often as other schools. I think that's a good question, Evan. I'm not 100% sure. It feels like it, but I think it's more of like teams having 2 safeties high because that's what you have to do when you're at a talent disadvantage, right? Is keep things in front of you. So I feel like they probably do a lot of cover 2 and a lot more too high safety looks. But honestly, I haven't been paying like that close attention to that. Is the music too loud, guys? Let me know. I also noticed before Blake starts running, he either skips or slide shifts to let the offensive line get a start before he runs. It's good preparation for him and the offensive line to get going. Yeah, he's patient. He's patient. And there's a run by AJ Henning where he isn't patient, and you really notice that stark difference there. I think Corum is best back in the Big Ten. Travion is good. I would still take Blake. They're 1 and 2. I think Ibrahim of Minnesota is really good too. And really Evan Hull of Northwestern's really solid. Not at the same caliber of athlete, but really productive runner. But yeah, I mean, I think Corum is top tier for sure. This one, I'm surprised they called this a first down. Like, I don't know how you call... Yeah, I mean, he steps out right there, right? But, like, his own momentum's taking him back. It's not like forward progress would be there. But I'm not gonna... I don't think I'm going to chart that. Is there anything interesting about this? Not really. That's just really bad technique from that corner. I'm not going to cut that play up. It's not all that interesting. Bum, 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 bum. Is the music good, guys? Let me know if it isn't. So I'm in a Big Ten fantasy league with my brother, and I have both Rowan Wilson and Ronnie Bell on my team. And it's a struggle because I've had to decide like which one to start. And I've been starting Rowan Wilson just because he's on just a, I mean, he's just a burner, right? He's been just on a incredible streak. But Ronnie Bell, I think, is going to pick it up a lot more in the coming weeks. Great block on the outside there. That was Ronnie Bell blocking, right? Is that Ronnie Bell? No, it's Cornelius Johnson. Yeah, it's Kojo. Great block. That's it, man. I think I tweeted it out. If you want to start, if you want to get playing time with this deep of a wide receiver room, you're going to have to block. Oh, Eric All needs to do a better job on this. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to clip this play, but... Well, hold on. Yeah, this is weird. This is like a misidea. Like, I don't know. Someone's got to pick up this guy, right? This guy's going upfield. It feels like Eric All wants to reach out and get one of the guys flowing here. And then this is like CJ Stokes' guy to get. But CJ Stokes also blows by him. So this is some form of bust. Why am I like phasing into this screen right now? You guys see that? What's happening to my face? Well, I need to adjust this. I don't want to be doing that. Oh, that's not good either. Alright, we'll just do that. That's okay. Okay. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Well, that's fine. But yeah, you see what I mean? Where it's like both Eric All and CJ Stokes just kind of run by that guy. Like someone needs to pick him up. I think it's Eric All. I think Eric All has to wash that guy out. At least pick him up, and then you just follow CJ Stokes. But it's not great because you also have this defensive back also coming upfield here. So I don't know. I'm not really going to clip that play. It's not all that interesting. When you're up 38-0, it's like, am I really going to, you know, talk about a given play for 20 minutes? I don't know. These are the decisions I make, people. This is how it goes. This guy of a Michigan... What is that? Is that Michigan Engineering? Nerd. That's funny. That's a good run from CJ Stokes. Good vision there. He probably could have bounced this. Right? He might have had something if he bounces out here. One-on-one against this linebacker. But he does recognize that he's going to have two guys coming out here. Right? Really good block here. 84. Who's that? Honigford? So it's a good job to recognize that he's going to have blockers coming this way if he can make himself skinny, and he does. Good job by Ryan Hayes getting that block. So not against it. Not a bad run. Injury. We got Danny DeVito here. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, you guys watch that Eric All story? It's crazy, man. I can't believe he lived through that. That was... If you want some goosebumps, go watch that Eric All. I think it's on YouTube as well. That story is just insane. Really cool. There. Nice job. Maybe I'll do that one. That was a big gash of a run. See what I did there? That was Isaiah Gash. Number 8 tight end, 2023 NFL draft. That seems low. Thought he'd be higher than that. Thought he'd be like number 5. Number 4, number 5. People's video game understanding of football. They were complaining about JJ not taking deep shots, but it's not wise to take deep shots with 2 safeties over the top. He was smart. He took what the D gave. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing as the Washington game last year, right? Michigan was just running the ball over and over and over and over again. And what, they pick up over 300 yards rushing, only like 80 yards through the air. But it's like, you do what you got to do. Take what the defense gives you. You can't force things. Looking forward to seeing them open it up more against Maryland. Yep. Who's calling plays needs to know who to blame. It's a combination of Matt Weiss. This is a great throw. Combination of Matt Weiss, Harbaugh, Sharon Moore. So blame them all. That's a good throw. Good catch too. That's not an easy catch. Is this first read all the way? Safety switches off. Boom. Good job. Ronnie Bell's just good, man. Just a ball player. I don't know how much we'll see open up. I mean, Michigan's what, 15-point favorites against Maryland? I don't know how much you'll see them really open it up. Oof. Oof. That cut, man. All right, what we got? A little split flow, split zone action. Split zone action. If he loads up. Honigford could have done a little bit better job here. Does Maryland score over 17? That's a good line. 17 is about where I would put him at. I think they score like 13 or maybe 16. I think they'll get in field goal range a few times. I don't think they'll be able to close it out. Honigford could do a little bit better job on that block. 84 there. Good job from Eric Aldo. Ryan Hayes gets really good movement. So this double right here, really good job. Boom, boom. You allow your left guard to get up to the second level there. Oh shit, what the hell was that? Sometimes Premiere Pro, man, just loses its mind. Like, it's just frozen right now. Oh, there we go. We're back. Yep, good job getting to that second level. I mean, the number 8 here does not do a good job. He just tunnels himself. Like, he just straight up tunnels himself. So that makes this double, right? Double block, get off to the linebacker. This, he takes himself out of the play. Then good block here. And then this cut from Blake Corum right here. Here's that little skip that you're talking about, Antoine. That little, oh, wait for it. Boom, there. And then there's that second cut right here. His ability right here to decelerate, and then just completely. And like, the best thing about this from him is look at the eyes, right? Blake Corum knows where he's going here, but he doesn't look until he just, like, he actually makes that cut, right? If he's pointing his hat to where he's going to cut, which is right over here, if he's looking there now, these guys won't have as strong of a reaction this way, right? They're following the eyes here of Blake Corum, but Blake Corum's a crafty SOB, and because he's looking to the left here, that's why you get such exaggerated movement out of both of those UConn players, and then they're left in the dust. It's just so elite to make that cut right there. Whew. I don't care who you are, man. You're not gonna stop that. If you're UConn, you're just not gonna do it. You're not gonna do that if you're most people. Five touchdowns, man. What a player. Oh, this is a good angle. Yeah, look at the eyes. Oh. Makes himself small right there, too. Whew. His suddenness, man. Tell you what. Different. One thing I noticed, hold on. Caleb Spencer, they took what the defense is giving them. Also, the receiver kept getting tackled at the 1, and they would punch it in. Yeah, I was really lucky. I was facing J.J. McCarthy in fantasy, and every time that a pass was getting close, I was just like, tackle him. So luckily I was not facing Blake Corum, so that saved me. What I noticed when JJ rolls out, he is dialed in on one receiver. I think him be able to look at all the options when rolling out would be great for his development. I honestly haven't noticed that too much. When he's like scrambling, I mean, I think he's been pretty decent at his read progressions, honestly. I think when you are in like a scramble position, it is all about timing, right? If you're waiting for a guy to get between two defensive backs or something, you really need to like capitalize exactly on that movement or like on that moment in time to make sure you get it perfect, because that window's going to close. So I'm not overly concerned about that crispy bagel. Antoine Blake sets up his blocks up a certain rhythm, and you need your footwork, knowing how to chop your feet to allow your blocks to form. Yeah, his footwork is just elite, man. And he's just so strong that, like, tackles really bounce off of him, even though he's that small. Good tackle there from Coulson. Would like to see him maybe rocking back a little bit more, but that's okay. Not really care about second down. Oh, this is a good play. Let's look at this one. Ooh. Who was that? Jalen Harrell? Second from the bottom of your screen there. Just rips through, man. And Makari Page. Really good job. Really, everyone was getting through there. That's Mason Graham as well. Second from the top, I think. Yeah, second from the top right here. He does a really good job ripping through, but just getting quick down the line here. Both of these guys are here. Receivers have to do scramble drills with JJ. They're not used to having to stay alive that long. Usually with Cade, they knew the ball was going to get dumped off. I mean, yeah. It's just a different offense, right? It is. Good job there. How about Mason Graham, huh? True freshman. Jalen Harrell was one of my picks for the breakout defensive players of the year. I'm excited about that. He's going to be really good. Let's make sure I move this up for defense. Okay. Oof, what a stat. 2007, 2010, 33 and 19. 2011, 32 and 92. That is not what you're going for, buddy. That was a strike. Alan Bowman in. Oh, Jim Mora. I like him. Getting that work in, man. Gotta respect a coach who does that, man. Stokes doing a good job here. Who was in the stands there? Oh, just some ushers or something. Are you happy with how the receivers are playing? Do you think there could be improvement? I think they're doing fine, man. I would like to see a little bit more Cornelius Johnson, Andrel Anthony get involved, but AJ Henning, I mean, he's less of like a receiver. He's more of an end around and special teams guy, but he's really impressed me. I mean, Roman Wilson is like an elite level guy with that speed. He's just dynamic. Ronnie Bell being back is phenomenal. Lady, no scratch. Sorry, yelling at my dog here. Yeah, so Ben Peterson, to answer your question, I would just like to see more, but at a certain point, it's just like there's only so many touches to get around, you know? Maybe a couple drops from Ronnie Bell. But overall, man, I think I've seen, pretty much only good things thus far. Enough to be happy about. Orgy time. Kyle Pitts not getting more 5 points in back-to-back weeks hurts. Yeah, I get that. Anoma needs more snaps this week. I mean, he's only been in the program for, a few weeks still, like maybe a month at this point, right? So, I mean, I get it. It just takes time. Andrel Anthony needs more reps. Dude, I think maybe they're just saving him again for the Michigan State game, right? Like last year, they just kind of unleashed him. I don't know. But I think my theory with that is like they're really stressing blocking a lot right? And maybe he's just not like, I love this guy, by the way. To finish that thought, maybe Andrel Anthony's just not as strong of a blocker, right? I mean, he's actually getting a fair amount of time. Like, he's getting a lot of snaps, but just, yeah, not the targets. I love that UConn guy, man. Respect to you. Showing up, putting up the 4. Got the full paint going on. I don't know how much I'm going to clip of the rest of this game. That's a good run, though. 3rd and 4, tell you what, man. Isaiah Gash just runs hard. Look at how hard he hits the hole here. Just boom. You're going to see some time if you can do that, man. Did he lose a shoe? He lost a shoe. Oh, almost. Andrel Anthony's got to be a little bit better. Yeah, you got to stick on that block, man. I mean, I'm impressed by all of Michigan's receivers' speed. I mean, they're all like 4 or 5 guys or faster. Orgy. Great run there, man. I forget what that flag was. I might clip this. I forget what this flag was. Chop. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to clip this play. Orgy's just an interesting specimen here. Oh, yeah, I just went low there. That cut, man, right here. To stay in bounds right here with all that momentum. Right there, just boof, and turn that upfield. That's pretty good. He's exciting. When is the first game where we go into the 4th with the game not determined? I'm literally going to pull up Michigan football schedule right now to answer that question. It's a good question, Dylan. Can I say something real quick? When I pull up Michigan football schedule here, this doesn't make sense. Don't give me a grid. Why isn't there a list? Okay? I've been bothered by this for years. This doesn't do anything for me. Like, I don't want to read this and then read this. Give me a single list. Give me a single list, right? Like this. This makes sense to me. Why does Google insist on having this 2-column? It's infuriating. I mean, probably Penn State. Actually, maybe Iowa. Maybe Iowa, because Iowa's defense is really solid. It's going to be the first time Michigan really faces a really good defense first time away from the big house. I could see Iowa. I mean, their offense is horrendous, but we'll see. Toss up between Iowa and Penn State. I'd say probably Iowa, but I don't know. Well, I'm way behind. Gash is nice. Where's he come from? He's been a preferred walk-on, I think, or just a walk-on for a while. Bubble screens used part of their offense, so I guess that's part of it. Absolutely it is. Came from Boxing Gym, but didn't know that at count 22. Are you worried about the pass rush not bringing enough pressure? No. If I'm not mistaken, we didn't get a sack last week, this week, and last week. Hawaii is just a snap the ball, throw it. So there's really no option for pressure. In this game, I think there were a few pressure moments. I'm not overly concerned about it, really. I don't think so. Dylan Girk, good to see you live again. Toski, thank you. It's good to be live again. Watch Me Pop says Iowa as well. I saw CJ Carr play on Friday first time, and kid's a baller. Yeah, he's going to be good. He's going to be good. I'm still optimistic about Michigan's chances of getting a solid 2024 quarterback. But we'll see. It's they might have to go to the transfer portal to get a guy for that season, right? Because if you don't get a 2023 guy, it's like kind of shaky once JJ leaves with this current roster. But who knows? Watch Me Pop D is still elite. Offense just sucks. Yep, exactly. Iowa won't score, no, but how well will Michigan score? I think Michigan can score on Iowa, right? But that's going to be the first big test. Penn State is a running back. That changes them entirely. They'll be top 10 when we play. Who does Penn State play? Penn State football schedule. They looked really good against Auburn. And you're right. They have some athletes on offense. They really do. So I don't doubt that at all. Okay, so they got. Oh, I forgot they played at Purdue. Yeah, I mean, Central, Northwestern, yeah, they'll be a top 10 team by the time they go to at Michigan for sure. Yeah, it's going to be a great game. Huge game. And they have the bye week too. That's going to be scary. Iowa won't score. Yeah, I don't know about that. Penn State. Oh, I already read that. Central Michigan. Pretty sure. Yeah. You right. Max Johnson. Ooh, this play got blown up. What happened here? Ooh. Should be 5-0 matchup when we play Penn State. Should be fun. Yeah, man. Glad to have that game in Ann Arbor. Yeah, that'll be the craziest game for sure. Little slant route here. Is that Cornelius Johnson? Top of screen. Yeah, it's Kojo. Needs to deliver that just a second earlier. Right? Deliver that right now. Takes just a second too long. And it's a little low. But I like Davis Warren, man. 6-0, 5-0, yeah. What do you think about moving RJ to linebacker? All you would have to do is gain about 10 more pounds. To be already the same size as Junior. He already plays in the box, and Page looks good at safety. I think RJ Moten, I think that's a good point. I think he'll be, I think he very well could be the role that you have Michael Barrett playing right now. Kind of that weak side linebacker against teams that aren't like Superman ball, right? So unless you're playing Michigan State or Wisconsin, you can get away with Michael Barrett being in there as a like cover the tight ends guy and in the box sort of safety-ish type player. So I'm all about that. I think RJ Moten could very well be that guy because they really like Makari Page, and I think he's going to be future safety for a while too. So I could see that, Antoine. He got nailed when he threw it. Yeah, he was under some pressure there too. Orgy in the end zone time. Let's go. I like that little backwards. I like that they're giving him time too. Getting Orgy involved. It's fun. He's a fun player, man. I don't know, like I don't know what you do with Orgy, you know, like moving forward, but it's fun. Right? Nothing wrong with it. The more you put on film, the more you have defenses, you know, like, oh shit, we got to prepare when this guy comes in, right? It's like, are we going to see him? I don't know, but we got to be prepared. He's like a linebacker with the ball. Like, it's a scary thing. Sanders still looks great on defense. Yeah, dude. I had a list of like impact players, like breakout players on defense. It is still shocking though to see how well Sanders still has transitioned from wide receiver to nickel cornerback. Like he looks really good there, especially in run support too. Like he is an exceptional tackler, which he was a really good blocker on offense, so it's not like the biggest surprise. But he's really impressed me. I'm really happy with him. Does Orgy end up at linebacker, running back, or quarterback? It's a really good question. I think he's going to stay on offense. Maybe a tight end or something. I don't know, man. I could see him stay as a like a red zone quarterback for the long term. And I mean, again, 2024 looks like a weird season, right? Like, you don't know who's going to be the guy at quarterback at that point, at least for right now, right? There could always be transfers and shit, but I think you keep him at quarterback for the time being. Going from quarterback to linebacker is a huge shift. Running back's like interesting, but I don't think that's him. He got beat once early in the game on a quick out, but that's all I saw. Oh, Sanders still, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's not, he's not perfect, but he's really solid for a first year transition like that. Good tackle right there. He was short. They gave him the pit. Oh, they didn't give him the pity snap. I forgot. They did rush up. I like Orgy as a gadget quarterback, possibly running option plays. He should consider moving to running back or receiver. I don't think he will get any play at quarterback. That's assuming he wants to go pro. Yeah. Yeah, I would actually really like to see him as like a jumbo, and this is just me talking completely out of my ass here, but like a jumbo AJ Henning, right? Where it's like he's kind of like a flex tight end type, where you can hand on the ball off. You can do some really weird things where, like he is the quarterback, right, taking the snap, and he can operate some like read options. I think that'd be a really fun thing to do with him, just like a tight end version of AJ Henning. What do you expect from the Maryland game? Do you expect we win easy or a high scoring shootout? I think that game is going to start out kind of like a shootout, and then I think Michigan will put the clamps on defense. So I'm expecting like a couple back and forth, like a 14-14 game early, and then I expect Michigan to pull away probably in like late second quarter, get like a 10-point lead. It's like 24-14 at half, and then pull away, end up winning like 49-16 or something. No, 49. I think 17 is a good number for Maryland. Someone said that earlier in the chat, but like 49-17 or something, 42-17, I could see that. Maryland's got some weapons though, man. And it's the first real like speed that you'll see compared to what else Michigan has seen. Oh man, that was a good play by Ayami Oki. He changed his last name, right? Just a lot of speed. A lot of speed. 52-17 says it count 22. UM by 30. I think Maryland maybe scores 17. Yeah, into the 40s. I think that's about right. I could see them going higher. I think they could, man. I think they got some players. This angle doesn't really give me anything. I don't need to cut that angle. But good play by Ayami there. It's been flashing. Michigan just has a lot of guys, right? You just got a lot of guys. Maybe not a full-on dude on the defensive line, but just good depth. That'll take you far, man. Oki. Yep. Ayami Oki, I believe. Ayabi Oki. Ayabi Oki. I just want to see what we're working with. Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice to see a team with a pulse, right? Like that will be nice. 100%. As nice as it is to like get a lot of guys time and to like figure things out, ease into the season, at a certain point it's like, okay, I'm ready to see us take on an actual human. Ben Peterson, any word on Edwards? I haven't been in like as clued in on that stuff, so I would bet he's probably like a game time decision. I would bet if they really wanted him, they could. If I'm putting money on it, I bet he dresses and is like used if Michigan feels they need to. So I don't think he'll get like a ton of snaps, but if they really feel like they need his skill set, they'll put him in. That'd be my guess. I could see Maryland scoring 21-24. Still think Michigan scores 45-50. Yeah, the defense of Maryland isn't great. Yeah, there's just not a lot to clip here, right? When it's 52-0, it's just like, what are we really learning here? I'll clip this touchdown. Barnhart back next week. Yep, that'll be big. Michigan, Iowa back-to-back is good. Test the defense, then test the offense. That's true. And then you put them together for the Penn State game, right? Get to figure out both sides there. Great stretch there. First touchdown for Franklin there. It's great to see. Leon Franklin, right? That's who that is. Yeah. Just great stretch here. I like the effort at the end of this play, right? They taste the end zone. It was last week with Isaiah Gash. That was great. Boom. Yeah, that's just what you want. Keeps his foot in bounds, hand launches, boom. Get that score, buddy. That's just good time. We got 50 people in here. Let's go. Really hope Keegan is all right. Yep. Penn State all that good or just a freshman running back? Freshman running back is good. Sean Clifford is not blown up yet, right? He's still alive. Oh, man, that's tough. Doing 59 raises in the student section, that's not easy. I think Penn State's decent, man. I don't know if they're like top 10 good, but I think they're top 20 good. That running back's a real deal. That's good stuff. Really excited to see Mike Sanders still compete against his first decent wide receiver room in Maryland. He looks like he's playing defense the past 3 years. Yeah, it's what I've been saying, Daniel. Just like I chose him as one of my top 3 breakout players for the defense, mainly because of how quiet it was. Where it's just like, yep, he's our starting nickel corner, and there wasn't even like other guys mentioned as competing with him. It's just like it's Sanders still. That's just our guy. And when they're that quiet about someone, that's a really good sign. Maryland will be a good test for him. Yep. Auburn's really bad this year. I don't think it's nothing serious with Edwards. He was hopping around in street clothes, hyped up. I think they just hold him out for precautionary reasons. He tweaked something. Yeah, that was a sense where it's just like, it's UConn. Like, what are we doing here? Man, that's a tough stretch for UConn. Syracuse, are they ranked now? I mean, they're 3-0. Syracuse is like a top 40 team at the very least, probably top 30, top 25. And then at Michigan, at NC State, and Fresno State, who's, no slouch. It's a tough little stretch there for UConn here. Penn State's backup QB is like JJ last year. Kid is a stuff. Kid's a stud. Are you talking about Drew Alar? That's his name, right? Yeah, he's shown some promise for sure. Oh, great job. Who is that in coverage? Harris? I don't know what this is. I'm going to analyze this. Sanders still's pumped for him. Cam good. Oh, I love when people get excited for young guys or... Who the hell is Harris? How do I not know that? Michigan roster football number 36, right? How do I not know that? I'm usually really good on numbers. Keyshawn Harris. Senior from Lansing, Michigan, Waverly High School. Okay. So yeah, he's like a walk-on. Syracuse beat Purdue. Yep. Wait, did I not get... They didn't show a replay of that. Okay. What are your thoughts on the week 2023 recruiting class? I mean, let me pull it up. What's the composite? I think it was, what, top 30 right now? I'm not worried about it. Yeah, it's 29th. I'm not worried about it, man. You go back to the 2018 season, which was composite 22, right? That's the class that had Aiden Hutchinson, Jalen Mayfield, Ryan Hayes, Jemon Green, Taylor Upshaw, Vincent Gray, Mike Barrett, Luke Schoonmaker, Haskins, Ronnie Bell, Jake Moody, right? That's the 2018 class. I mean, that's not everybody, but that's 22 overall. Cam McGrone was in that class too. And when you consider, what was it, 2021, Michigan won Big Ten championship. So 2018, 19, 2021. That's the core of your team right there, right? That 2018 class, that's your core. And those were your leaders last year from that class. So, I mean, you compare that to the 2017 class before it, right? That was number 5. And you had debatably more production out of your 2018 class, which was 17 ranks lower. I'm not worried about it. You still got time too, right? If you continue to win, you're going to be able to build a lot more on that class than where it's currently at. I'm not worried about it. Still think OSU's defense is all of that. They pretty much do Don Brown crap, stack the box, and blitz from oppositions. Think secondary is vulnerable. I just need to see more of OSU. I think they made a really good decision with their defense. They look a lot faster on defense. But it's first year in system, right? So it's hard to say this early on. We need some thoughts on Gaddis in Miami. They've been calling it for his head after yesterday. We tried to tell him. I could talk a long time about Josh Gaddis. I mean, it says something about something when he's mad, right? And leaving Ann Arbor, he had that text out to the team where it's like, pay attention to those who support you and stuff, whatever. And Michigan's offense is just as prolific, if not more so, without him, right? So Michigan clearly felt that Josh Gaddis wasn't worth the qualm or the drama to keep him around and said, we can do this without you. And Gaddis was like, no, give me more money, give me more titles, whatever. So it is what it is. He called it weak. What I call weak? It's week 4, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Overmatched, there's some talent at Toledo. Toledo's not bad. I mean, they're not great, but they're not bad. No one will know how the recruiting class is till 4 years is over. Yeah. And that's my biggest thing. Joe makes a great point, is you can have the number 5 class, but then at the end of it, how many of those guys transferred out, right? Even if you're a guy, think of a guy like German Green from the 2018 class, right? Provides a ton when it comes to special teams. Provides a lot in depth, right? And even just keeping guys around who have those sort of roles on the team is extremely important. And the 2017 class, even though they were ranked 5th, you didn't get even close to number 5 in terms of production out of that class. So they never go back and say, like, this was actually, if we go back 4 years ago and re-rank that class, this is where it would be, right? You never have that data point because you're just focused on the future and the next class. No, you see, it was like, whoa, they had, a top 10 class, whoa, and you never go back and say, yeah, but how many of those are still around, right? They never do that. That's what I should do. That's a feature I should do. Go back and re-rank those classes. Maybe I'll do that because that's important. About to steal some Notre Dame recruits? I mean, right? And that's the thing. When people are freaking out in June when Michigan was, ranked 50th or 60th? It's like, it's June. It is June. You wait for a couple teams to tumble and Michigan just stays on the path, right? And continues to be a top 5 team. People are going to want to play for you and not a tumbling Notre Dame team, right? It's just how it works. Especially when you have just a new coach, right? You have a lot of turnover on the staff that Notre Dame does. A lot to prove, a lot of unknowns, right? So a situation like that where there's a lot of hype when you're there, but then it's like, I don't know if I want to join this. Like, your confidence wavers a lot quicker than like a program like Michigan where, like, you know what you get at this point. Our offense was the same with Cade in the first game. It's hard to really tell how good Gaddis was. I'm happy with Weiss, though. Yeah, I mean, that's also true. Coaching staff in Michigan seems to excel at development rather than just going for recruiting stars. CJ Stokes, for example, looks better than a lot of recruits rated above him. I mean, Hassan Haskins, right? He was ranked just within the top 1,000. And my hot take is that COVID, I don't want to say like helped Michigan, but Michigan has a really good scouting program, like way above average compared to most teams. So when you have a guy, I mean, look at like Mason Graham, right? A guy out of Colorado who is only ranked by Boise State, and he's like a starter on the defensive line, which never happens, right? Granted, the competition level is low right now, but like that never happens. So Michigan was really able to get in on these guys who were late risers and really able to identify some elite level talent. And really, I mean, they've done well in that in the past, and COVID just kind of made it, I mean, really a shit show of how accurate are these rankings, right? You didn't have these camps, didn't have a lot of in-person evaluations as much. I think Michigan really cleaned up well. Coaching staff in Michigan, that's what I just read. Antoine, Michigan is slowly getting to the point where their talent is beginning to overlap, like the more talented programs, but the biggest development for Michigan is the culture and teaching development. Yeah, they're starting to stack too. And I think you're starting to see now a stable of offensive linemen, defensive lineman development. I mean, that's really where it starts, right? And then, yeah, you just don't see as many holes, right? It's like, you look at safety position, you have 3-4 guys deep now. Look at cornerback, right? You got a lot of good options there. Quarterback is a pretty deep depth chart this year. Running back has been really solid, right? You're going to be sending a few guys to the draft over the next couple of years. When's the last time you've had like back-to-back years of NFL level running back talent? It just hasn't happened in the past. So yeah, I think that's a good point. Is just me, or do our wide receivers seem to run faster now that they actually think the ball might reach them? I mean, might not be the craziest thing. They bend fast, our blocking is better on the UG. I don't know what that means. And that helps show speed. Oh, on the outside. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm impressed with the blocking overall. Again, it's just, if you want to see the field, you got to block, right? Like, there's too many guys in the room to not block. Oh, poor guy. Hate to see a running back just fall down like this. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot else to clip here. Maybe. Who's number 10? Zeke Berry. That was a good play by Zeke. Boom. Yeah, I don't know why I'm still cutting this footage. It's 59-0. There's nothing really to glean from this. I need to start going through the earlier footage and cut that up. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing this. Ooh, what a bounce. I like they just got a headset on. That's funny. First time in program history, 50 points, first 3 games. That's pretty wild. I think Andro, Roman, and Ronnie are going to have a great opportunity against the MSU secondary. I mean, I don't know too many secondaries that can keep up with Michigan's weapons, right? Like, you try to take away Roman Wilson, you're like, there's just too many weapons, man. There's too much speed, which is a crazy thing to say. But Michigan's got, like, burners. A lot of burners on offense. Okay. Done here. Now we bucket into different types of footage. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, I gotta focus on this, and then I'll look at chat. Give me a sec. Gotta make sure I don't mess this up. I already did those. These offense? Yeah, these are offense. McAfee just came storming in on my other monitor. It's like, issues found. It's like, get out of here. There ain't no issues, buddy. Is that all the offense? Okay. We are going to cut that. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to name this UConn offense. Open this. Select. Oh, select. Oh, it's because I have this thing on, isn't it? Oh no. Control Alt Delete. Paste it all. Now we got all of our offense. There we go. Okay. Oh man, that secondary. I mean, you would think Michigan State after last year would be like, hey, we got a problem here. And they were like, oh, the solution is for our head coach to coach the cornerbacks. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And it's like, cool. That sounds like a plan. And then it's like, oh no, our head coach who has been coaching cornerbacks forever can't do it. Like that's the current situation they're in. That's true. I feel like Michigan has taken a step up in the screen game. Just like straight up just going to the screen game and just letting it happen. It's a nice change of pace for sure. And I think that really, again, goes back to just being like, hey, you're gonna have to block, right? How do I... It's not letting me mute this. You see that? I press the mute button, and then it's just like, you know what? I'm just not gonna mute. Just not gonna mute you. It's fine. Let's just take... What if we did that? How about that? Nope, same thing. Okay, we're just gonna take this all the way down. Yeah. Ha. Like, look at the blocks, right? Like, this play is only possible because of the extended blocks from both Eric All and Ronnie Bell there. Like, that's just insane. To be able to give Roman Wilson this amount of time to do a fake, a second fake, and boom. That's huge. That's everything. Yeah, that play is just crazy, man. Boom, 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 boom. Feels like I'm in Stranger Things right now. This music. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Antoine, I think Michigan should rebrand itself as School of the Trench, both offensively, defensively. Hire a Twitter internet marketing team to clip and sell it on the internet to recruits. Yeah, Trent Jones needs to improve on pass blocking. I'll agree there. What the did I not just... Oh. Oh, that's annoying. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to make this just for... Okay, I want the master, not just for... Wait, this is for audio 1. Okay, so hold on. If I don't select... Oh, shit. I have to select an audio clip in order to actually... It's based on the playhead? Oh, my God. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I just want to mute the track. I don't know, like, if I lock it, it still won't do it. This is insane. Why is it? Why? Premiere sometimes. Alright, this will be a fun play. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna cut the footage and then I can talk to it. Boom, 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 boom. I'm sick of Premiere sometimes, man. I pay how much money for this software and I can't mute a track? Like, come on, what are we doing? We got get tight end ball. We got to get the tight end ball more. Yeah. Yeah, Eric All. I feel like that's a big part of the offense that's probably going to develop a little bit more. Good block from Schoonmaker here. I think the other angle's better here. Man, this is such a luxury to have your center be able to not only snap the ball, but he snaps the ball and then he pulls, takes out defensive end, and then you got your split. Your block coming across the formation there. So really good job from the center getting out to the defensive end. And then Schoonmaker needs to do a little bit better job here of recognizing who he needs to block, right? He notices just a little bit late. Oh, it's number 6. But gets just enough of them for Blake Corum to shrug him off here. And then the rest is just Blake Corum just being a dude. And again, downfield blocking, right? Cornelius Johnson. Or I'm sorry, that's Andrel Anthony. Just get enough of 14, right? You don't need to be perfect, but just make it tough on him. Make it tough on that guy. And then he stretches the ball. Just a thing of beauty. Love to see it. Alt click. I have keyboard shortcuts specifically for this operation that you see what I'm doing here. Like this is... I remember when I was doing this before I had keyboard shortcuts, it took me like a full minute to create this sort of clip slowdown and reversal, and now it's like 5 seconds. This is the one mistake. One mistake here. You got to look at the hips. Where are the hips and shoulders pointed? Right? There's like an invisible line here that you got to draw for this defensive end. That's not a good line, but like just a kind of a line here where it's like if I hand the ball off, what's the possibility of him actually being able to cut this, right? Based off of his hips, like where is his shoulders and hips pointed, right? This guy does a good job of it, because if we're making, like, you know, this is 90-degree angle right here. He's got 45-45, right? 45-45. He's actually doing a pretty good job making this a really tough decision. But because he also like slowed down here, that makes this a give, or it should have been a give read. Antoine just, excuse me. Oh boy. Just look at all the exciting athletic stuff the offensive and defensive line gets to do with the bluffs, counters, pulling guards, stand-up ends. Michigan should be marketing this stuff. I mean, I think it markets itself, Antoine, not to throw a wrench in your marketing plans here, but I think it markets itself. I really do. I think people take notice of that, you know? And I think more than anything else, that's the way to wins, right? I mean, Michigan, especially on offense this year, I thought it was going to be last year. Like my thought process heading into last year was the offense would need to carry the defense, because I was like, Mike McDonald's his first year, right? And he surpassed a lot of people's expectations. This year, I think you absolutely have an offense that is like elite level, and regardless of how well the defense performs, I think you're just inherently going to have an offense that outperforms it, because I think it's a top 5 offense in the country. I think you got the talent for that. Orgy could be like Bo Scarborough type of back. I don't know if he's Bo Scarborough type. I mean, he's got the size for it for sure, right? But God, could you imagine trying to tackle Bo Scarborough? That'd be just terrifying. Good ball here. Where are the reads here for JJ? He's looking... Where's he looking? It's 2 safeties. Looks like he's looking... Looks like he's either looking at this safety deep back here or this guy. I can't tell. Scary because this D could be special too. Yeah, it could. I mean, I think it's a top 5, top 3 capable offense, and I think it's a top 10 capable defense. Absolutely, even higher than that probably. So it looks like he's checking both safeties here, right? Boom, there's one safety. He's looking for the other safety. Doesn't like what he sees to go deep. Now he's probably falling his eyes onto that linebacker. Maybe this guy. Checking to see if Ronnie Bell's coming open. Says, yep. There he is. As soon as he saw number 5 here, number 5 kind of stepped up, right? You see number 5 coming up late because you got Blake Corum over here in the flats. As soon as this guy came up, that vacates the space behind him for Ronnie Bell. JJ's footwork could use some improvement. A few throws were short because base wasn't set. Yeah, he does bounce a bit. Is Jones a large improvement in the run game over Barnhart? Really needs to improve next week in pass pro. That's his biggest weakness right now, but it's also still pretty early in the season. I mean, it's a weakness. It is. And the way he got Cade McNamara crunched, right, on that first play that Cade McNamara came in, I mean, especially with McNamara now out for a little bit, you can't really afford that, right? Like, I mean, no offense to Davis Warren or Alex Orji or Alan Bowman, but like, you don't, like, your eggs are fully in the JJ McCarthy basket right now. So that's definitely an area I'm watching moving forward here. But I think Barnhart's pretty solid in the run game too. Let's look at this. Looks like just a simple boom. That's your first. I mean, look how far off they're playing, right? Like, they're just playing super soft coverage. So, yeah, you throw that all day. And good miss. Way to make a man miss here for A.J. Henning, right? Such great athleticism there. I like that little leg lift here, too, right? Watch his right leg just kind of get skinny, right? Ooh, just move it out of the way. Just a really good job from A.J. Henning. Underrated. Underrated player for Michigan heading into the season. I, like, all but forgot about A.J. Henning. And then I was like, oh, yeah, this guy's a player. Really fun. I think my dog farted. But I want to break down more run plays this week. Orgy should be utilized up the middle due to Do is huge. He is huge. Dude is huge. You're not wrong. He should be an A and B gap option. I mean, in like the like in the red zone, I think it's fun, right? All right, so here's a correct pull here, right? Especially because this guy is unblocked. He commits himself, right? He gets down the line of scrimmage here. It's the right read. Oh, project saving. It didn't even save. I should probably save though. There we go. I'd love to see a breakdown on offensive line pass pro. What are our chances? I mean, I'll do that more this game. I can do that. Lady, no licking. She's got allergies. She's licking her paws. Well, I can definitely do that, Joe. I'll focus on that more on the pass game. Good blocking. Again, look at the blocking downfield. And shout out to Bredesen, man. Dude's getting a lot of run. Just boom. Getting out there. Andre Anthony needs to do a little bit better job, right? If Anthony stays connected here on number 20, it's a possible touchdown. He becomes disconnected there, forces JJ McCarthy out of bounds. Exactly, but I think it'd be better with him next to JJ in the red zone. I mean, all you need to do with Orgy is threaten him to throw once, right? And that's where I think it's headed with him, where all you need to do, and it, you know what? You're not going to see it for a while, I don't think. But just put on film that he can throw, right? Do a little fake run. They've done it with JJ in the past, especially last year, obviously, where he runs when JJ is in, he's going to run, then you can like really fake and sell the run, and then he pulls the ball up, and guess what? Yeah, this guy can pass. CJ Wolverine, McCarthy holds the ball in the wrong arm. Did he not have it in the left on that? Go back and look. Yeah, you're right. Got to have that ball in the left hand. Here is a quick screen, so no pass protection here. You're just cutting people here. Good ball here though. AJ Henning, let's look at the blocking. Ronnie Bell, good job. Andrel Anthony, good job. Ooh, I think Henning missed an opportunity here. And that's one thing with Henning, he's not the best at reading blocks. I think that was the thing with his when he was out of the backfield as a running back as well. I personally hate the Wildcat, but read option with JJ and Orgy in the red zone would be deadly. It'd be fun. I think it would be fun. But right here, if you're AJ Henning, right, boom, and then boom. Maybe he's worried about number 6. Is that number 8, number 6? I can't read. But go this way, right? Read the butt of your blockers. Your blockers are pointed this way, right? That's where he's going. Cut behind him. Go to the sideline. Gotta notice this guy's here. This guy's coming this way as well. You're gonna have some traffic there, but if he cuts to the outside, he did a good job reading off of this block though of Ronnie Bell, right? Cut to the inside here, up the numbers there. Boom. Cut to the outside. I think he has a lane there if he goes down instead of inside here. And yeah, he actually runs into the same guy that Anthony was blocking, so it's okay, right? It's not the end of the world, but okay, I'm gonna mark this spot and I'm gonna go demon mode real quick with this. Ready? I'm gonna do just like 5 plays or like 10 plays. I'm gonna do the rest of the offensive plays real quick with this because I'm gonna go to bed in a little bit here. Not right now, but a little bit. Okay, I marked my spot. Now let's just get some plays here. You guys are seeing how the sausage is made. What is this? What is this play? Why did I not have the earlier version of this? Oh, that's just another angle of this play. Okay, that's fine. Nope, didn't mean to do that. I don't see it as a gimmick though. Like if 4G provides a different element, right? And you, especially when you are putting, like you want a bruiser type quarterback option in the red zone, right? Especially now that Cade's out, like I don't think it's that bad. I think it really increases the role for a guy like Orgy so that you don't put your quarterback at risk in those sort of scenarios where you really need a guy to thump away for an extra yard or two. So I don't think it's necessarily a gimmick with kind of the packages that Michigan has. And Michigan is already running the quarterback quite a bit too, right? So it's not like you have kind of the Cade McNamara situation where you're not really repping that with him as much, right? You're repping a lot of this, like the quarterback read stuff with J.J. McCarthy already. So it's not like you're wasting a whole lot of time teaching that to a backup quarterback in Orgy, right? Like you're already repping a lot of that. It's just in those scenarios where defenses will load up more, you're a lot more likely to have more like a up the middle sort of quarterback reads and stuff. Then it's like, okay, yeah, it probably makes more sense to put in a guy we can afford to get, you know, not like destroy. You don't want to, you know, hurt your guy, but you don't want to put your number one quarterback at risk too often unless you absolutely have to. Remember when Hassan Haskins tried to throw a TD pass out of the Wildcat, didn't work? I mean, that's a big difference, though, right? Like, Orgy being a more red zone oriented running quarterback, I see as a lot less of a gimmick than like a running back trying to make that, weird ass throwing play. Like, that's a gimmick. What you're describing is a gimmick. Using a guy who was a quarterback as a quarterback just in specific scenarios is a lot less gimmicky. Yeah, I mean, Brian, you're just calling out, like, what if he's just a running back that you're running this read option with instead of, CJ Stokes or something. You're just using him as the running back. And like, I see it, like, it could work, right? But it just seems like quarterback run packages are so predictable. Worked last year with JJ because he would run the read option and also pass. And that's a good point, Joe. That's exactly why I'm saying one of these times you just need Orgy to throw once, right? It doesn't even need to be in a meaningful time. You just need to put that on film once and have it work once so that defenses need to respect that, right? That's the only thing. You absolutely do have, like, there's a lot of value in doing that and showing that once so that teams are similar to how they were with JJ McCarthy, where it's like, oh crap, this guy can also pass, right? It's not just a 100% of the time run read every single time this guy's in the game, because then it is predictable and teams can load up the box and it's just not beneficial to run into that. So definitely agree with you. You just gotta show it once, put it on film once. There was a play, if you check my Twitter, from Ohio State. And this is, I might actually pull this up because this illustrates my point pretty well here. Give me a hot second. This. So this play from Ohio State, right? And I'll put this full screen. Look at this concept, right? This wide receiver just kind of bubbles out here. Right? You got a block here. It looks like number 11 here is going to block. And then guess what? He just goes upfield. Right? Both these guys go straight upfield. It's not actually a screen pass. Both these guys go up. Right? And, this was Purdue last year? Oh, interesting. Anyway, my point is, putting this on film just once, right? What does this do in the future? What this does, anytime you see this sort of screen set up in the future, now you're thinking, if you're this defensive back, you have to be ready not only for this guy to come block you when it is a screen, but you also have to be terrified when these guys streak upfield on this little fake screen. Boom, I'm in the end zone. That's a touchdown, right? That's brutal. All you got to do is put that on film once, because then what do you do if you're a defensive back? Like, most of the time it's going to be a screen pass, right? So you want to beat this block, but then you got to wait. You got to wait for this guy to commit either to the block or on this route, right? And that's just a nightmare to deal with. So that's what I'm saying, where it's like, all you need to do is put on film once, and that just scares the absolute shit out of any defensive coordinator, where it's like, oh my God, we got to prep for that, right? That's something we need to be aware of. Oh no. So that's what I mean, where it's just like, that's scary. You want to force hesitancy out of the defense. You want to force them to be scared of a potential that you have. Yeah, I don't necessarily want like a Pep Cat scenario, right? Where it's like Jabril Peppers is always going to run it, right? Like, he's athletic, so he can get away with it most of the time, but you're right. It was just kind of a tell and just kind of get the ball in his hands, right? It wasn't that functional. And he will get hit. And he'll get hit. What? Yeah, it was irritating. It's like, man, we could do so much more with this Pep Cat formation, right? It's like, oh, why are we only doing this? That was frustrating. I'm with you there. It's like, really? We're not doing more with this? Alright, I got like 10 more minutes, guys. Get your questions in. I'm just kidding. I'm just here. Gosh, there's a lot of offensive plays. We're going to have to cut these down tomorrow. No way I'm reviewing all of these tomorrow. Not a chance. Yeah, let's go back to this play real quick. It's just like, where's this guy get his depth, right? This guy gets like fully around, so he's at the 45 or 35, right? Boom, snap was here. 1, 2, 3, 5. It's 8 yards, right? You can't be allowing guys off the edge at 8 yards there. You can't be doing that. Yes, he gets happy feet. It looks like he might be able to find wide receiver going out here, but like, it's just a bummer. And this is why I hate like some people where it's just like the offense just runs so much better with JJ McCarthy. Like, yes, it absolutely does, but this is just unlucky, right? It's just unlucky. It's just unlucky. No other play had JJ facing this kind of blindside pressure all day, and this is the first play that K. McNamara comes in. It's just unlucky, man. So like, you gotta feel for the guy. It's like he didn't necessarily do anything wrong. Like, yeah, he did get happy feet, but like, that guy was around your right tackle at 8 yards pretty quickly. And then this one was a like clever little stunt. And McNamara still stays in and throws a good pass. And I think I tried to read the lips of K. McNamara later in this one. Let me slow this down a little bit. Bring this here. Where's this? So I think as he's getting hit here, watch that left ankle. Bang. I think right there. Ooh. A little bit of an ankle sprain, I think, right there. So I think he's got an ankle sprain on his left ankle. That's what I'm thinking. And then if we go fully in here, I think he said, I effed up my ankle. Effed up my ankle bad. My effing ankle bad. I think that's what he's saying. Right here. Fucked up my ankle bad. I think that's what he's saying. And he's mad. He's like, shit. Bummer. Just a bummer, man. Glad people cheered for him, but just hate to see it. What is this? Why do I have this? Oh, this is just like highlights from the first half or something. What is this? Oh yeah, more highlights. Okay. That's fine. I'll move these up here because they're not analysis plays. They're just B-roll footage. Jones just can get depth. Oh yeah, let's break that down. You asked for more like breakdown of like what actually happened on that play. And this was an issue earlier that he had. This is the best angle. Boom, boom, boom. So he never engages his hands, right? Like, what's he doing here? Like, he just stops, right? Like, look at, like, he was relatively quick on his first steps, getting depth, right? Boom, depth, depth, chop, chop, chop. And then he just kind of, like, slows down, right? He slows down his momentum, never gets his hands engaged. He never gets his hands on the numbers of the defender here. So I don't know why he slows up right here, right? Boom. He should recognize right there, right? That 95, boom, he's coming to the outside. Mirror him, right? Keep those feet moving. He slows down his feet, never gets engaged. The guy swats his hands away, and that's it. Game over. So yeah, I think he stands up a little bit tall here. And then he just, yeah, fails to turn his hips to match the defender after the defender's already committed. Stops moving his feet, doesn't get enough depth. Not what you want. Not good. Okay. 3-4 more minutes here, and then I'll gotta hit the hay. JJ hasn't had that type of noticeable pressure. I wonder if he just escapes it before it gets to him. Man, I don't think so. I don't think he's seen pressure like that. I really don't. I think Cade just gets unlucky, man. I mean, you're right. He has the ability, right, to evade pressure better than Cade. Like, I'm not saying he doesn't have that ability. And he does have the tendency, right, to get outside of the pocket quicker. But I guess I haven't seen that scenario of a tackle just getting clean beat with a straight path to the quarterback like that when JJ is there. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that where then it's like, oh, thank God JJ has legs, right, to get away from that. I don't remember, like, having that feeling. I just don't. And this isn't me trying to, like, you know, JJ's the guy. Like, I'm not trying to be ridiculous and say that it's not JJ's job or anything. I'm just calling it how I see it. I don't know why I got all southern there for a hot second. This music is dope. Really good focus music. Wide receivers should work on scramble drill with JJ. They did a good job last week. Cornelius Johnson, right? Side of the end zone. Just a good little scramble drill. I mean, I agree that should always be something that you continue to grow. Yeah, dude, Joe, it's almost like remember the Titans when who was it? Was it Gary? It wasn't. Who was it? The little guy. So Louis is like Omaha, right? Calling like a shift on the offensive line. And I think it wasn't Gary. Who was it? But anyway, he just lets him through and Rev like breaks his wrist or breaks his hand or whatever, right? It's like that exact scenario where it's just like, I called Omaha, I swear I did. Well, I didn't hear it. Right? It's like Trent Jones has a vendetta against him or something, man. I don't know. Yeah, and that's the weird thing, CJ Wolverine. Cade was exceptional at avoiding sacks last year. Like one of the best in the nation. Like, really good at it. But, I mean, it's hard when you, again, are getting it, like, immediate pressure from the blind side, which, again, Michigan just didn't really have last year. It just wasn't really a thing. Michigan was really good at avoiding that. So I know Trent Jones has been the main culprit of it, but I think just in general, it's been a little bit more of an issue this year. So that's something to watch going into Maryland. Even though Maryland's defense isn't great, you know, the talent level is quite a bit higher than what Michigan has seen thus far. All right, we got 3 more plays here, and then I'll skedaddle out of here. JJ giving the lineman his jersey sales. They don't want Cade cutting the profits. I mean, but they do have some golf clubs from Cade, right? No, I absolutely don't want to say there's any sort of conspiracy of linemen trying to get a certain quarterback hurt or, you know, block harder for one guy versus the other. Like, I don't think there's any. There's no merit. It's funny to, like, joke. I mean, it's not really funny to joke about that either, but, you know, I don't think that's a thing because it's their job, right? Like, it's the job of the lineman, and you can very easily lose your job if you keep that up. So, like, why would they risk that, right? It doesn't make sense. No, I know you're joking. Account 22. I didn't mean that like specifically at you, because I was, joking about it too. But no, I mean, so much of football and like all this shit is luck. Like, there's so much of it that's just random and luck, where I really do think Kate McNamara has just like kind of been unlucky in certain scenarios like that this year. Truly think that's the case. Alright, I'll wake up early tomorrow and cut the defense and special teams plays, because special teams was amazing. What happened to account 21? Oh shit. Asking the real questions here. What did happen to account 21? The world may never know. You watch Stranger Things, right? Okay, we will render that overnight. And then let's just set this up so I don't have to set it up tomorrow morning. A lot less defense, which is good. Duplicate. Defense, okay. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Defense. So really what we should do is just remove the special teams. And then we're good. We'll cut up this in the morning. Okay. I'm out. Thank you all for stopping by. Throw a like. Throw a subscription. Trevor McHugh and I will be here tomorrow night, probably around the same time, actually breaking down footage formally and going through it, talking through a lot of these plays. So come hang out if you have the time. Appreciate you guys coming in. We were up to like 50 viewers at one point. So thanks for stopping by. I will see you tomorrow at Steven Toski if you're interested in all of my hot takes on Twitter. It's a good time over there. And then, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for chatting. Thanks, everyone, for participating in the comments. I appreciate you for making this fun. It's a fun thing to do. Talk football. What's better? Guys being dudes. Am I right? All right.